Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Designed or tending to discredit, especially without positive or helpful suggestions. Negative criticism. Not indicating the presence of microorganisms or disease or a specific condition. The HIV test was negative. Involving disadvantage or harm. Minus, or negative, factors. Vote against. Refuse to endorse. Refuse to assent. Having a negative charge. Electrons are negative. A piece of photographic film showing an image with light and shade or colors reversed. A reply of denial. He answered in the negative. Characterized by or displaying negation or denial or opposition or resistance, having no positive features. A negative outlook on life. Expressing or consisting of a negation or refusal or denial. Having the quality of something harmful or unpleasant. Ran a negative campaign. Less than 0. A negative number. Reckoned in a direction opposite to that regarded as positive. Negative interest rates. Designed or tending to discredit, especially without positive or helpful suggestions. Sometimes followed by to, causing harm or injury. Damaging to career and reputation. Establishing as invalid or untrue. Not indicating the presence of microorganisms or disease or a specific condition. An arithmetic operation in which the difference between two numbers is calculated. 4 minus 3 equals 1. Involving disadvantage or harm. Minus, or negative, factors. On the negative side or lower end of a scale. Minus 5 degrees. The act of excluding someone by a negative vote or veto. Expel from a community or group. Vote against. Refuse to endorse. Refuse to assent. Command against. Mother vetoed the trip to the chocolate store. Vote against. Refuse to endorse. Refuse to assent. The president vetoed the bill. A vote that blocks a decision. The power or right to prohibit or reject a proposed or intended act, especially the power of a chief executive to reject a bill passed by the legislature. Having a negative charge. Having a negative charge. Causing destruction or much damage. A policy that is destructive to the economy. Of bacteria, being of or relating to a bacterium that does not retain the violet stain used in Graham's method. Involving or creating circumstances detrimental to success or effectiveness. A disadvantageous outcome. Involving or creating circumstances detrimental to success or effectiveness. Of winds or weather, tending to hinder or oppose. Not encouraging or approving or pleasing. Involving or creating circumstances detrimental to success or effectiveness. Made an unfavorable impression. Of winds or weather, tending to hinder or oppose. Unfavorable winds. Not encouraging or approving or pleasing. Unfavorable conditions. Fraught with great emotion. An atmosphere charged with excitement. Supplied with carbon dioxide. Capable of producing violent emotion or arousing controversy. The highly charged issue of abortion. Of a particle or body or system, having a net amount of positive or negative electric charge. Charged particles. Used especially of drugs or muscles that counteract or neutralize each other's effect. Indicating opposition or resistance. Characterized by antagonism or antipathy. Slaves antagonistic to their masters. Arousing animosity or hostility. His antagonistic brusqueness. Incapable of harmonious association. A return punch, especially by a boxer. Act in advance of. Deal with ahead of time. Indicating opposition or resistance. A piece of leather forming the back of a shoe or boot. A counter may be used to stiffen the material around the heel and to give support to the foot. A calculator that keeps a record of the number of times something happens. A piece of furniture that stands at the side of a dining room, has shelves and drawers. A quick reply to a question or remark, especially a witty or critical one. A person who counts things. Computer science. A register whose contents go through a regular series of states, usually states indicating consecutive integers. Game equipment, as a piece of wood, plastic, or ivory, used for keeping account or reserving a space in various card or board games. Speak in response. He countered with some very persuasive arguments. Table consisting of a horizontal surface over which business is transacted. Resistant to guidance or discipline. A perverse mood. Deviating from what is considered moral or right or proper or good. Marked by a disposition to oppose and contradict. Took perverse satisfaction in foiling her plans. Disagreeing, especially with a majority. A person who dissents from some established policy. Disagreeing, especially with a majority. Characterized by departure from accepted beliefs or standards. Disagreeing, especially with a majority. Of Catholics, refusing to attend services of the Church of England. With great intensity, bad, is a non-standard variant for badly. The injury hurt badly. That which is below standard or expectations as of ethics or decency. Take the bad with the good. Very intense. A bad headache. Not capable of being collected. A bad, or incollectible, debt. Reproduced fraudulently. Like a bad penny. Physically unsound or diseased. Has a bad back. Not working properly. A bad telephone connection. Feeling or expressing regret or sorrow or a sense of loss over something done or undone. He felt bad about breaking the vase. Not financially safe or secure. A bad investment. Feeling physical discomfort or pain, tough, is occasionally used colloquially for bad. My throat feels bad. Of foodstuffs, not in an edible or usable condition. Bad meat. Very much, strongly. I wanted it badly enough to work hard for it. Below average in quality or performance. A bad chess player. Capable of harming. Bad air. Characterized by wickedness or immorality. Led a very bad life. Having undesirable or negative qualities. A bad report card. Non-standard. So-called bad grammar. Not furnishing support or assistance. Expecting the worst possible outcome. Unwilling because of mild dislike or disapproval. Disinclined to say anything to anybody. Contrast with equal weight or force. Set into opposition or rivalry. Be resistant to. The board opposed his motion. Fight against or resist strongly. The senator said he would oppose the bill. Act against or in opposition to. Be against. Express opposition to. We oppose the ban on abortion. Deny the truth of. Be in contradiction with. Be resistant to. Prove negative. Show to be false. Be resistant to. Prove to be false or incorrect. Make a film or photograph of something. A form of entertainment that enacts a story by sound and a sequence of images giving the illusion of continuous movement. The film was shot on location. A thin sheet of, usually plastic and usually transparent, material used to wrap or cover things. Photographic material consisting of a base of celluloid covered with a photographic emulsion, used to make negatives or transparencies. A medium that disseminates moving pictures. Film coverage of sporting events. A thin coating or layer. The table was covered with a film of dust. Record in film. The coronation was filmed. Photographic material consisting of a base of celluloid covered with a photographic emulsion, used to make negatives or transparencies. Renunciation of your own interests in favor of the interests of others. The act of asserting that something alleged is not true. A defendant's answer or plea denying the truth of the charges against him. Psychiatry, a defense mechanism that denies painful thoughts. The act of refusing to comply, as with a request. It resulted in a complete denial of his privileges. Thwart the passage of.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.